Web3 Reviews, thank you for being with us. Today, it is Tuesday, April 8th. We're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. XRP, look at that green candle. Did you shit yourself yet? Yesterday, we were in the depths of despair. We touched $1.75. It was a beautiful buying opportunity, but I bet that people thought we were going lower. I bet people thought we were going to $1.50. I saw Steph's Crypto saying $1.50, 160 was our next support, and that may be the case. But the thing with TA is, you're always going to be able to draw a line and find that next support. All right, you're always going to be able to draw a line and find out what the next resistance line is. The true answer is that none of us know what's going to happen, man. We don't know what's coming. What's coming is a green candle, the likes that we have never seen before. And look at this one. This one's pretty good today. We had 2 days of downtrend. On Sunday, we were $2.06 XRP. Sunday was a shit day. It started the downtrend. Yesterday continued it. We really had 24 hours of the price going down across the board in crypto. But it wasn't the end of the world. Like I said yesterday, it felt like a bear trap. And now look at us, back on that green candle, boy. Let's go. XRP, $1.95. And that's not all. We got news from Ripple. Pano says Ripple is going full stablecoins. We have this document here where it says payments are initiated through the Ripple Payments UI or API as either individual or batch transactions. Originators request a quote for the payment from the Ripple network. Once the quote is accepted, the settlement begins and funds are transferred in real time. Let's go. Payouts in stablecoins without holding digital assets on your balance sheet. They have remittances, they have payroll, and they have freelancer and supplier payout. And then we have off-ramps. We have remittances and merchant settlement. We have payroll again and stablecoin trading off-ramps. Ripple is moving. They're offering a lot of products here, but that's not just all, okay? That's what they're offering to institutional and freelance members who are using Ripple for remittances and real-time settlement. But look at this. Ripple has also acquired Hidden Road for $1.2 billion. And Documenting Ripple says this is what institutional DeFi looks like, all coming to the Xrpl. Our services include a prime brokerage with FX with a foreign exchange and precious metals, digital assets, exchanges and over-the-counter, synthetics, over-the-counter swaps, think foreign exchanges, equities, commodities, digital assets, energy and rates, clearing, derivatives clearing, futures and options, sponsored access and direct market access, financing, derivatives margin financing, and digital asset margin financing. So here are a few of their services listed, okay? The Hidden Road is coming. We've heard of the Silk Road. The Silk Road had a lot of trade in China and throughout the nearby regions for a long time. And then the Silk Road was a part of the dark web where anyone could use Bitcoin to make a transaction and buy illicit items on the internet. And now we have the Hidden Road. In the Hidden Road, these guys are buying companies, man. These guys are making partnerships. These guys have a partner of a partner with everyone in the damn industry. Man, they are shoulder to shoulder with all the big financial institutions in the game. What more could you want? The other day we were looking it up that Ripple has a partner of a partner with Fidelity. It never ends. And you look at the way that Ripple's played the game. They've brought in board members from government positions. They've sent out team members to go work government positions. Ripple has played the field. They've been playing Mahjong while everyone else has been playing checkers. You're playing crypto. You own some XRP. You're on the team. You're here listening. You're a damn green candle boy. Okay, 40 minutes ago from the Crypto Barbie. I feel like it's been a while since I've read some tweets off from the Crypto Barbie. This channel used to just be me reading tweets, and people said, man, I could just go look at Twitter myself. I was like, yeah, that's right. You got a point. Now it's more opinions. We read some tweets. I say some opinions, you know. I do this at 6 a.m., so this is how it comes out, man. Sometimes you got more energy at 6 a.m. than others. So I wake up hot, man. But it's in a good place. The energy's in a good place. I feel energized about the opportunities in front of me. I'm optimistic about my future. I know I have a chance to elevate my shit. When I see a fucking Lamborghini drive past, I don't flip that guy off. In my head, I say, fuck, dude, I want to be that guy. What do I have to do to elevate to be that guy? And I'm not even talking about the Lambo. I'm talking about the freedom to have the Lambo. I'm 6'4", dog. I'm not sitting down in a Lambo. My grandpa told me he used to have a Corvette back in the day. Couldn't get into that shit. It was too small. You know, you could force yourself in for a while, but eventually you're like, nah, dog. Let's go ahead and get that bigger vehicle. The midsize. All right, the SUV. So it's the freedom. That's what we're talking about here. Financial freedom, escaping the rat race. Or maybe you stay in the rat race because you want to, but you have the freedom to leave. You don't like what you're hearing from your employer? I got time to go wait out for the next one. I'll go apply some other places. Stuff like that, man. You don't want to be stuck to your 9 to 5. You don't want to be stuck to that check every 2 weeks. That's why I've always played crypto as hard and aggressively as I can. But look at this. Crypto Barbie. She says, listen to what Brad Garlinghouse said about Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road. This is one of the largest deals ever in the crypto space. Hidden Road is clearing $3 trillion annually for 300 plus of the top financial institutions globally. So here's what Brad Garlinghouse said. Today, Ripple announced the acquisition of Hidden Road for $1.25 billion. One of the largest deals ever in the crypto space. But the price tag isn't what's most important. It's what this deal marks as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for crypto to access the largest and most trusted traditional markets and vice versa. Prime brokers, along with other key functions historically managed by banks for the most part, like Hidden Road, have proven themselves as the trusted intermediary for the largest hedge funds, market makers, OTC desks, quant traders, and more. Ripple has been a customer of Hidden Road for years, and we know the breadth of expertise firsthand, clearing $3 trillion annually for 300 plus of the top financial institutions globally. Bro, if Brad G's hyped, then so am I. You think Brad G's blowing smoke up our ass? I don't think so. Bro, you know Brad G, we're talking Harvard Business. We're talking Skull and Bones Club. We're talking AOL board. We're talking Yahoo board. We're talking the CEO of Ripple. We're talking the dude on CNBC Business, Fox Business, MSNBC Business, all the time. When this ends up going, man, when Ripple ends up having its day in the sun for real and XRP goes to these prices that it's meant to go to because of achieving the use case, helping Swift move quadrillions of dollars a year around the world effortlessly, efficiently, meaning free and instantly. Man, when this happens, there's not going to be any chance for you to say, damn, I wish I would have known. The only reason why you're not playing is because you're a fucking hater. You've believed the media saying that XRP was scary. Oh, they got sued by SEC. Oh, Ripple owns 40% of the overall supply. Yeah, they do, but they also don't. It's locked in escrow. They can't go touch it. It's not tangible. Every month they take out $1 billion and they try to sell it over the counter. And if it doesn't get sold, they put it back in the escrow. It goes back in there for another 2 years. And that XRP they took out cannot be touched again for another 2 years. Think about that. All right. So next month they have to touch another XRP. And yeah, there's 40 billion. Oh, how do you know this one you're touching isn't the same as that one? It's not real. It's marked by an ID number. I own an XRP. It's different than the one you own. I had a dollar bill and I wrote on it, this was at a strip club. And one day you'll find it. You'll find that exact dollar bill. Okay. That's crypto too, you know? Tax basis. When did you buy this token and when did you sell it? Even if you were dollar cost averaging all year, the one you sold was when you bought a few years ago. Okay? And it's up to you to say that shit. And I hope the IRS is gone, man. Fuck the IRS. Fuck all these taxes. This shit's bullshit, dog. I'm ready to crash out over this. Where my Minutemen at, dog? Once we got robot horses in the mix, we're fucked, bro. We better get this shit handled before then. If you haven't seen what Kawasaki's up to, it's fucking outrageous. And that's just the start. Wait until 20 years from now, dude. We're going to be living in a gosh darn Futurama episode. It's going to be Futurama, man. There's going to be the Benders of the world. There's going to be the There's going to be the lobster doctors. There's going to be the one-eyed ladies, okay? There's going to be cat girls. Elon Musk be seeing crypto degens in the future with the cat girl girlfriend. Like, oh god, dude. And so this is the news of the day. We have King Karan talking about it. I like King Karan, man. This guy's got good energy. He's got that flare expertise. He's got that XRP expertise. Good man, I say, whenever I see his posts. Jack the Rippler says, Wall Street is ready for XRP. And it's a picture from The Wolf of Wall Street. Fucking epic movie, man. If you haven't seen Dumb Money, if you haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street, go get yourself hyped up, dude. Go fucking watch that shit and get hyped up.
My killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors who will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies!
Go watch Dumb Money because that's the journey that we're taking part on now. We are on this journey. Remember GameStop? That's what it's about. And GameStop was historic because the game stopped.
So there are a lot of aspects to this bull thesis, a lot of moving parts, but I boil it down to what I consider the three overs. The digital risks seem to me to be overblown. The negative sentiment is overdone. You can see it with the huge short interest. And the value is overlooked. Wall Street just doesn't see it. Why? Mr. Market, why? The hedge funds are overlooking the value in the company.
Wording is important. Words matter. I'll say it. Spelling, bro. It casts spells, dog. The shit you say matters. If you're negative in your head all day, if you down talk yourself, that fucking degrades who you are, bro. You gotta up talk yourself, man. Only you are gonna believe in yourself. George St. Pierre said it, one of the best UFC champs of all time. He said he would have to trick his brain, dude. At simplest level, he would go into a bathroom and look himself in the eye and say, you're the best, you're the toughest. Bro, you're a fucking badass, man. No one's messing with you. And that's the type of shit you gotta gas yourself up on. I'm here playing crypto. I'm here for the win. I'm not selling at 5. I'm not selling at 10. I don't have lettuce hands. I got diamond hands, bro. They were made out of pressure. And And I'm here for that motherfucking blood diamond. Just like that movie. I'm here for that one that's a life-changing diamond. Dude, when I was at the pier the other day with my family over the weekend, I saw these photos, man. It was talking about the gold rush. I took some footage for you guys. And it was just talking about all these people who came to Seattle on their journey to make it up to Yukon and Alaska to go to that gold rush. It's worth being noted that a lot of people who made money in the gold rush made their money not through gold, but by selling the items to those on their way to search for gold. Think about the shovels. Think about the picks. Think about the pans to actually look for the gold. Somebody had to be selling food and lodge, man. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crypto in a gist too. But we are all here searching for gold. The gold rush never stops, man. The gold rush is digital now. All right. There was a gold rush 20 years ago in Web 2 also. And I have a story for you about that as well. So this guy has a lighting fixture company and he puts it on the internet. It was a brick and mortar company. He moves it online. This is right before the internet crash of the late 90s. The internet crash happens. He goes around town asking for money. Nobody will give him money. Okay. He ends up walking away pissed off, but with 90% plus of his company. Dude, a few years later, this guy sells his company to a Lowe's or a Home Depot. I shit you not, he sells his company for 9 figures. Dude, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. Keeps 90% of that shit. He becomes a philanthropist on the spot, dude. So, local philanthropist. I've had the chance to speak with him. And the point of the story is, you're going to get denied, okay? You're going to hear negative FUD. Dude, I decided I wasn't going to be an entrepreneur. After 3 failed attempts, I built 3 apps. None of them worked. I was like, shit, bro, it's not for me. You got to put a bunch of capital down. You got to spend years developing. And then maybe it doesn't work out. Because I wasn't pitching to folks. I was bootstrapping, which means you put all your own money in. And it doesn't work out. You got to start all over. You know, you got to go back to ground zero. And it took the Angry Birds guys 80 attempts. And so I had that in my mind. But after the first 3, I decided it was best for me to piggyback. And I'm in a part of the world where Seattle, San Fran, these are boom towns. All the places that were coal towns, they're dying out, man. That's just drying up. You know it. All right? You got to be on the coast. Or where shit gets shipped to, where there's a big port, that's not going away. Humans are going to continue to need international trade. Nobody's ever going to be self-sufficient 100%. And so going off of that, we're going to need international trade. I'm in a boomtown. I've got to meet all these folks. I decided to not be an entrepreneur anymore and to be somebody who piggybacks on other people's ideas. That's how I got on Gala Games. Because I was like, bro, this is a genius thing to fucking piggyback on. That's how I got on Flare. All right? The 1-for-1 airdrop spoke to me, but also the fact that Ripple had invested in these guys through one of their Spring grants spoke to me as well. I thought Hugo was really cool. So yeah, I'm still holding Flare. I'm still holding Songbird. I have no problem with them. I'm just waiting for it to come out. And I think that there are grades to crypto. I think that XRP, Algorand, HBAR, IOTA, anything that Smoke's talking about popping up in these documents by the IMF, the European Central Banks, by the Rothschild banks, the SBIs of the world. These are powerful assets. If you're on that list of ISO 200-2022 assets that are available to be used within this framework, the protocol, the 200-2022 protocol, if you can be used in that protocol, then you're valuable. I think that puts you at a higher tier than an asset that's not. And I think that a Bitcoin and an ETH are below the Gala Games and the Flares of the world. Just because of the tech, man. You know, Bitcoin's legit, like a Ford Model T rolling off the line, man. That's what a Bitcoin block is like, all right? And yeah, people will tell you about the Lightning Network. Whatever, dude. Whistling Diesel spruced up the Model T as well.
It's like my floorboards are going out. I regret to inform everyone that unfortunately, 60 seconds into the durability test, the engine actually exploded and stopped running. To finish the durability test is properly simulate 100 years of average driving, or 7 seconds of extremely rough driving.
God dang it! Heckin' crap! Yes!
I'd rather be in the fucking Cybertruck, to be honest. Yeah, buddy, give me that fridge on wheels. Everyone needs a fridge, dog. I like just a reliable car, dude. You know, there's no reason to be spending $80K on a car. The next $80K I spend, it has to be on a rental property. It has to be on more crypto. It has to be on something that's going to make me more money. I saw somebody say they didn't buy their first supercar until they had 10 rental properties. I liked that, bro. That drove me. I'm a competitive person, man. That's why you see me making 5 videos a week now. When I was only making 2, the YouTube algorithm wasn't feeding me to people. It's my 3rd week now making 5 videos in a row. Since I went to ETH Denver, I was inspired. People at ETH Denver told me, dude, you're 1 year away from potentially being way bigger than you are right now. And it made them want to talk to me. I wasn't like some failed entrepreneur there. I was like an up and coming content creator, which is interesting to say. I mean, in my eyes, I'm just doing crypto therapy here. All right. If I wasn't recording these and giving them to you, I would be calling my dad and telling my wife. All right. I ran out of friends to talk to about this shit, man. And that's the joke that I make is once you run out of ears to bend about your nonsense, you make a YouTube channel. So thank you guys for joining me here on this journey. All right. Today we talked about Ripple XRP. I've been meaning to make an HBAR video. I've been meaning to do more algo content. I want to do more ARC content. Man, there's so many good cryptos out there. Okay. I love talking Gala Games ecosystem. I love talking Flare and Songbird. Even though it's not always sounding so optimistic in some of these places, man. The thing is crypto's not always going to be fucking the pretty side of shit. All right? We got this flower growing, man, and the flower's got thorns. And Outkast said it best in their song, Roses. Roses smell like poo. But you get the gist, man. I'm going to be here making content every day, and I'm going to bring some energy to it because it's 6 a.m. and crypto energizes me. It gets me up in the morning and keeps me going to work. Because even if I was on the top of that XRP list, I wouldn't want to be selling the XRP to be getting on the top of the HBAR list. I wouldn't want to be selling the XRP to be getting myself an Algorand node. All right? I got things I want to buy in life. I got houses I want to buy. I got cars I want to buy. I want to send my kids to private school. This shit costs money. And at the end of the day, I don't want to be broke, man. Work too hard to be broke. I'm barely getting over that phase of life where I was. When you're 18 and you start with nothing and you decide to be a broke college student and you make it to 22 and you go and you still have nothing, you gotta fucking figure your shit out, man. So 8 years later, I've been playing crypto for 8 years now. 30 years old this year. Things are starting to look better for me. Learned a lot along the way. What I've learned is that time in the market is king if you're in the right assets. I had so many friends last cycle, it was their first cycle, and they were just jumping from what shitcoin to the next, man. I'm not a shitcoin jumper, all right? Greener pastures always look greener, and manure is what makes the grass green. Think about that, dog. Think about that. Meanwhile, you could be in a bamboo-esque asset, which is underground growing. You can't even see the growth. You have to visualize that shit, or else you're gonna jump ship and leave. Don't leave your bamboo asset. Don't hop out of line for the badass roller coaster so you could go take part in some fucking shit show over there. Fuck the circus, man. Stay at Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know it's nonsense. I'm just spitballing here, okay? Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Talk to y'all tomorrow.